Welcome, my name is Hal Bright from the library. I was here earlier today. Today I'm going to talk to you about OneSearch. I'm not going to do a basic OneSearch presentation today. I'm going to talk about some of the more eclectic functions that OneSearch has. OneSearch is, let me just define what OneSearch is before I go into the eclectic and advanced features of OneSearch. OneSearch is a device or a tool, a discovery tool that allows you to search all the books and all the articles and journals that the library has access to. It also allows you to search all of our bibliographic databases like Medline, PubMed, CINAHL, Sports Discus, all in one location. OneSearch has three parts. We have a PubMed search, we have a clinical search that can search up-to-date smart medicine and first consult. These are our point-of-care tools. And then we have the main search engine, which is called still OneSearch. Just a few things to look at here. We have a campus-specific selector here. We also have a selector for if you want a keyword or title or author or full text, peer-reviewed, or ebooks. We also have a discipline limiter, and I'll be talking about the discipline limiter somewhat today in one of the things I'm going to talk about. Okay, I'm going to do a search for, let's see, heart attack. That's the one I use all the time. And all I did was enter the term and hit search. I could also hit enter. But one of the things I wanted to show you were these extender widgets that we have on the right side of OneSearch. At the top are our most used databases. PubMed, this allows you to take your search outside of the still OneSearch and go straight to PubMed. This allows you to search up-to-date, straight from still OneSearch. Clinical Key, StatRef, Access Medicine, and LWW Health are the home of our most used ebooks, and this allows you to take the search that, if you don't like the search results over here, into the native interfaces to go deeper into the ebooks. The ebook section on our still OneSearch doesn't search the full text, it searches the abstracts and the titles and the authors of our books, not the actual full text of the books. And so these extender widgets allow you to go and search the full text with one click into our major ebook databases. This next set of widgets are specialty databases that only some of the schools will use. We have the ProQuest dissertations for mostly the COGS folks. Some of the PT and OT folks will use that. And then we have some psych databases, the rehab reference for our PT and OT and AT folks, Essential Evidence Plus, and then Natural Standard. This is a drug database that takes you to natural remedies and how it affects allopathic and osteopathic medicines. The things that I wanted to focus on today were our anatomy search, our drug search, and our image search. So, say I'm looking for an image on a heart attack. What I can do is I can open each one of these up. I just hit click and then control and then click, and I open all of these up. And with 6 clicks, I've searched all the library's image repositories in 6 seconds. Then I can go quickly through the images to see if I like any of them. Let's see. This top thing is getting in my way. I apologize here. Let me resize this for a moment. So we see the images are coming up here. Access Medicine has some other images, but this allows us to look quickly into images, and any of these images can be used in your lectures or even in papers for conferences, not papers for, we'll have to secure rights for papers and journals, but any of these things can be used for your lectures or conferences. Okay, the other part right here is our drug database. So if you drug search, so if you put a drug in like albuterol, and did a OneSearch, and then come down to the drug search here, you could do the same thing that I did with the image search. Hit Control click on top of all of these, and then go through and look at what the different drug monographs are coming up for this. You can even put in a condition like asthma. Let me close all of these out again. And do the same thing. I put in asthma in OneSearch and move down here to the drug databases and hit Control click across the databases, and I have different medications that have the keyword asthma attached to them. This one, it looks like Clinical Key did the best in its search, but it gave me a quick search of all the databases across all our drug databases. Again, that I can do that again across our anatomy databases in the TEAM ebook library. I don't know how good these are and I think in the video atlas as well. So it gives me, in our anatomy collections, so it says that asthma wasn't found here, but you could do it for a part of the body and it would have the same, give us same results here in the human anatomy database. Now the second part I wanted to say, I'm going to go back to the homepage of the library. We have an advanced search feature. It's located right here where it says advanced search. And the one thing that the advanced search does that you can't do on the front page is that you can search items within the journal. So if you wanted, let's just do the journal Physical Therapy. Now this might be let's do the American Journal of Occupational Therapy. American Journal Occupational Therapy. Did I spell it right? Yes. So if I wanted to do older adults and stroke, I wanted to, there we go. No, I'll just do older adults and stroke. So what this search is going to search only the Journal of American Journal of Occupational Therapy, and it's going to search these keywords across only that journal. And this will give me the results here. So if you see right here, the journal is the American Journal. It says right here, the American Journal of Occupational Therapy. And it gives me a list of all the articles that have the results of older adults and stroke. So occupational therapy, I don't know how that came up, but that's just what we, arm hand use in healthy older adults. From following there into my next point, our default is only to show the citation index. If you are to go into the page options, you can click on detailed, and this gives you the full abstract of the article. So when you're looking and trying to evaluate whether you want to go into that article or interlibrary loan it or do something like that, one of our recommendations when we taught PubMed was that you go from citation to abstract view. And one of the reasons was because it showed the full text link in abstract view. But the other reason is that you can see the abstract of the article, and instead of having to click into each article to see the abstract, by going to page options and then detailed, the abstract shows up, and so you can scroll through the results a little more efficiently when you're looking to evaluate articles for use. I'm going to show another. I'm going to show the same heart attack search I have here. I wanted to go into some librarian, some professors have asked me about using OneSearch in systematic reviews, and it actually is okay to use OneSearch in systematic reviews, but you cannot rely on these search results. Systematic reviews rely on counts that are static and other people can reproduce. Only faculty and staff of the library of the university can use our OneSearch. But if you were to go down to databases searched and limit by database, so Medline is PubMed, or PubMed is a version of Medline, I should say, that's more accurate. It's an interface of Medline. If you click on Medline, it shows that there's 204,496 articles. That is an accurate Medline result. And then you can go down and then switch to CINAHL. And take off the Medline. And use that count for the CINAHL database. These are actual results that other people can come up with, and to be able to use your results and data from a systematic review. So if you need some more help with that, we're more than happy to assist you in that process. But I just wanted to go through that you don't want to use the count of the entire still OneSearch database for a systematic review. You're going to want to use the databases search. And the other thing I wanted to mention also in systematic reviews is that you want to take the discipline limiters off here. The discipline limiters limits it to subjects that we've identified as being central to people's searches. Okay. So we've talked about image searching, we've talked about advanced searching, and we talked about system reviews. The next topic I wanted to go into was the folder functionality. So we're going to redo that search on heart attack. One of the ways to use our databases is to and OneSearch is to be able to export citations, save the citations, and export them into a bibliographic database like EndNote or Mendeley or other database bibliographic databases citations. So here I searched heart attack, and I'm going to limit it to journals. And I'm looking through, I'm going to switch it to detailed because I want to see the abstracts. I choose articles with this little folder plus sign. And this saves it in a folder that is temporary.
It's kind of like a temporary bookmark folder.
A temporary bookmark. And then when you sign in, and if you create a new account if you don't have an account, it's very easy. You create a username, create a password, and then put in your first and last name. I have an account right now. Just like all accounts, mine's saved to my computer, so I had to write down my password. I don't want to remember this here though. These articles have been saved to my folder, which is up here in the top black type of place, the toolbar up here. You click on folder, and now they appear here. I've saved other articles here for other projects that I've been working on, but what you can do here is you can choose them. You can either choose to email them, and when they email them, unlike the app I showed this morning, these actually email you the PDFs or the full text within the email, not just the citations. So you can email them to yourselves, you can save them, or you can export them. Most people, I would say, are going to either email or export them. And when you export them, you can export them in any of these formats. RIS is the one that most bibliographic formats use now. We also have a direct export to EndNote Web, which a lot of people use. And then there are some other formats here that you can use. The one thing I like to do is I save mine in folders. So let me make sure I get so I have my 4 articles here, and what I can do is I can copy them to a folder, I can move them to a folder, and if your name's there, don't worry, I don't have you marked or anything. I just have this as a project I was working on, the papers for, just papers that you've done. What I do is, I can move them to, but at first I have to create a folder. I have to create a new folder. Folder for presentation. And you can put it, you can make it several hierarchies of folders, or just leave that blank. Then hit save. And then what I can do is I can move them to a folder. This works just like several other there it is. Several other databases do. And my NCBI on PubMed, if several of you are familiar with that, works the same way. And then they're kept in the folder here, and you can click on the folder, and here, they not move. 2, 3, 2. Let's see here. Oh, here they are. I just didn't see them. Right here under articles, you click on the folder, and there they are. So this is a mini EndNote type of thing. If you want to use it for a project, I don't use EndNote. I use this for my bibliographic tools, because I can export the folders quickly, and I can present them in different ways. I'm always in OneSearch. One of the other things that you can do with your after you sign in is you can use the preferences button. Here you can customize your the way you export. If you go to EndNote, you can just save that, and it'll never ask you again what kind of bibliographic database you use. You can put your email in here if you email your students articles from OneSearch, or email yourself articles. Those are some of the things that you can do with your sign-in. The things you can do when you're signing in. Another thing that you can do up here on this top thing is, some people have already discovered this. There's this Ask a Librarian. If you're stuck, if you click on it, what it will do is it includes your search history, and you can say, I'm having a hard time finding this item. Here's the search that I've been doing, and please help me further. A lot of people, when they have a hard time finding full text, have had a hard time send us an email, and they send us an email through this, and we're able to pinpoint what they need and what they're doing, as opposed to just a generic email saying, I can't do what I need to do. So when we have this search history, it allows us to pinpoint where you were and replicate what you've been doing as well. So that Ask a Librarian button has really been helpful when I'm doing some tech or search helping with people who are having trouble.
Does that go to the library?
Mm-hmm. This one goes to our generic email here in Arizona, and when they click on Missouri, it goes to the generic email in Missouri. I've gotten several people who've used that for our LibAZ email. Okay, let's see. The last thing I wanted to show, I'll do a new search here. I wanted to go through some of these these limiters over here. A lot of people have asked, where are the discipline limiters and how can I get rid of them? One of the ways you can do that is by just hitting check and uncheck all on the database on our front page. In our search, it's under the current search, and you just click on the current search and it expands it, and you can go down to the bottom and hit clear all. And what that does is that'll give you an unfettered search of all our resources. The reason why we do have such an overwhelming amount of resources that we have decided to keep those discipline limiters going, just so that your searches are a little more focused. But if you need to do a completely unfettered search, I would recommend getting rid of those discipline limiters.
Might repeat some of the things that we excluded, like humanities.
Yep. So we exclude humanities like art and languages, and when you look at our database, the ones we do include are anatomy, CAM, consumer health, dentistry, health and medicine, nursing allied health, nutrition, pharmacy, pharmacology, public health, psychology, physical and occupational therapy, sports and leisure, and sports medicine. Those cover the majority, if not all, of our programs that are taught here in the university. The one thing that we've been on and off about it is education, because we do have several COGS programs that focus on health education and can go in there, and also the business and management. But we left several here that you can choose to include. There are probably 80 categories that we could have chosen, and we only included about 20 here. So there's a whole host of universes out there that we did not choose to include because they weren't relevant to the majority of our university students.
What happened is, to explain, we subscribed to a major database with 150,000 ebooks that covered a full range of academic, secondary, primary education, public library, and we think it's good to have access, but we don't want those overwhelming them.
Yep. So I'll repeat that so people online can hear. We subscribe to a library of over 150 to 160,000 ebooks, and it's the whole range of university subjects that we don't want you to getting lost in those. So if you were to search crowns in your dentistry, we don't want you getting books on royalty and other crowns and gems as opposed to dental crowns. So so we have included these these limiters so that we can focus your search right off. But we also included a way to get those off quite easily. Back to the search though, because I was talking about removing those discipline limiters under this current search. One of the things that people have not seen are these limiters down here. And for me, this publication is another way. Publication is, so if you're looking for something in the American Journal of Cardiology, and you know there's an article on it, and you know the keyword, you can put the keyword in, and then search by publication without having to go to the search. It's just another entry point of being able to do this. I know there's an assignment in one of the classes that they're required to do a search on a whole range of journals. I think it's occupational therapy. They have to do a search across topics, across several only occupational therapy journals. And if they do the search, then they can come down here, instead of putting occupational therapy as a topic at the top, they can come down here and choose the journals they want under Show More. And then they're able to put these in alphabetical order and go through the journals they want and select the journals they want to see. Not Lancet, but New England Journal of Medicine. And then the results will come up here, and that sort of shortens their search in a way that hasn't been available in the past. To do a multi-journal search across a topic actually took quite a lot of work in PubMed and CINAHL and Ovid. The last thing I wanted to show you was alerts. So Tanya Fitch, who is our HR person here in Phoenix, wanted to do, she loves the Harvard Business Review. So I'm going to put the Harvard Business Review. And if you want to search for all the articles in a journal, you just put in the journal, hit search, put the journal in, I'm sorry, I'm going to do that again. Put the journal in the advanced search, go to the advanced search, in the journal name, put the journal's name, and then under share, well, you need to also rank it by date newest. And then under share, this is where you can create an alert. So a lot of people like to know, take snake bites. If you were to search for snake bites and you were really fascinated by snake bites, and particularly rattlesnakes or Gila monster bites or something like that, and the latest and greatest research on Gila monster bites, you do the search, and then you could create an email alert. And what you do is you can create the frequency for a journal. I'd do it depending on what if it's a weekly journal, I'd do it weekly, and if it was a monthly journal, I'd do it monthly. Limit it to 1 month, and then you save your alert right here. And what it does is it will email you, and I have one down in my email right now. Let's see, my.atsu.edu. I got one ready for this now. And your email is going to look like this right here. It says EP alerts, and I created a Harvard Business Review alert. And right here at the bottom, it brings up a listing of all the articles that are new in the Harvard Business Review, and I'll get that every week. And when you click on it, it goes straight to the article. And if you do it to your ATSU email, you won't have to log in your username and password because you'll already be logged in. I think that's all I wanted to go over, the tips and tricks of OneSearch. Do we have any other questions?
You might mention word versus phrase.
Oh, okay. A lot of people know this, but if you were to put in OneSearch supports phrase searching. So if you put a phrase, Harvard Business Review, it'll force it into a phrase search, and it will rank articles and books higher in that phrase search. It'll also take it apart if it can't find anything and try to take it apart, just like Google does. But it does support phrase searching in quotation marks. OneSearch does. And a lot of people use phrases in their searching of journals and stuff like that. So that is a useful tip and trick. Okay. So I guess that's it. I appreciate everyone for coming, and thank you very much.